It's my pleasure to be here to make the presentation. My presentation is about the impact of climate change on cropping structure in China. This is just a new research results. It's preliminary. Welcome for any comments on the results. Oh, sorry. Yeah. We know that the climate change is one hot issue, and the overall change, particularly for the temperature change, has got the agreement in many cities. Based on historical data in the past 130 years, at the global level, the surface temperature increased about 0.85 degrees. And in the future, and the change will continue. And by the end of this century, the average prediction of the change of temperature is 1.5 degrees. And in China, the change of temperature is consistent with the global average. And in the past 100 years, China's temperature increased about 0.5 to 0.8 degrees, some vary by region. And by 2050, and the change of temperature also even larger than global average. But different the consistent increased trend of temperature for the precipitation, either at the global level or the China, we cannot find the consistent change pattern, but we can find some regional trend. For example, in China, the North China, the overall trend is precipitation will decrease. And in southern and southwest China, the precipitation will increase. We know that the agriculture climate change will influence many sectors, but agriculture is extremely vulnerable to climate change. The climate change will directly and indirectly influence agriculture from many aspects, such as it will influence crop yield. Many studies concern this issue. And some studies also focus on cropping pattern or cropping structure. This is what I would like to give some introduction, and also through water and other indirect channels. The final influence is the climate change will influence agriculture production, price trade, and then farmer income, poverty, and food security. So this is the reason why many people would like to study the impacts of climate change on agriculture, because it will influence food security. Now today I will mainly focus on how the change of climate will influence cropping structure. For this study, based on the literature review, I found that the most study on the impacts of climate change or cropping structure it is conducted by the nature scientists. Not many economic studies have been conducted. What is the conclusion of this study? Based on the present study, many scientists think with the global warming, the entire growth season of many crops, mainly for the green crops, will increase, because the planting date will become early and the harvesting date will become late. So it means the cropping system will shift from single to multi-cropping. And they think that both single and the triple cropping cultivated area will increase. And it means with the increased temperature, more regions are available to plant these crops. And one study indicates that the infant from 1981 to 2010, the northern limits of the northern limits of three major crops and shift. It means the more region in North China will plant three major crops. It's maize, wheat, and rice. And due to change of these northern limits, they think the total production increased 2.2%. It means due to climate change and the change of cropping system, the total grain production increased by 2%. It's one such study results. And many studies mainly focus on winter wheat. But the one issue here, we found that this is mainly based on natural scientists study, and they use some index and to indicate this. And all these studies have not controlled the influence of socioeconomic factors, such as output and input price, and also off-farm opportunity and other characteristics. So one interesting issue is if we controlling this factor, what are impacts of climate change or cropping structure? So this is the reason why we would like to do this study. And in order to understand this issue, we have conducted one large field survey a few years ago. This survey was conducted in 9 provinces in China. And the total survey covers 324 villages and more than 3,000 households. So these 9 provinces covers all major agricultural production regions. Today, my presentation mainly based on the community survey, not the household survey. Because in community survey, we collected the detailed information on cropping system and many socioeconomic characteristics. So the first issue, let's check how about the annual temperature and the precipitation change in the past 30 years for these 9 provinces. This is based on our historical data. We can find it's clear for these 9 provinces in the past 30 years, the overall change of temperature presented increased trend. It's very clear. The change is obviously. But for the precipitation, in fact, we cannot find some obvious change trend because the annual variation is very large. This is the characteristics of the temperature and the precipitation in the sample sites. So what are status of cropping structure based on our survey? And this data indicates the 3 years average is from 2010 to 2012. It's 9 provinces survey results. We can find in our sample sites, the major crop is rice. It's occupied 35% of total crop soil area. The second largest crop is maize, and the crop soil area is 20%. And for wheat also 18%. It's 3 main grain crops already occupied more than 70%, 72. If we include other green crops, the 10%, it means the total crop soil area for green crops is more than 80%, and for cash crop is less than 20%. This is the cropping structure based on our survey. And the one important issue, because our data is covers 3 years, is from 2010 to 2012. So it's interesting that I would like to check the climate change. It is the time, because our time period is not long. But our province cover many regions. And one important issue, we found that the cropping structure differ greatly by province, by region. You can find the first figure, it's for the wheat soil area. You can find it's really in some regions, low in some provinces, low like Jilin, Jiangxi, Guangdong, Yunnan. It's the wheat soil area is almost zero or very small. But for other provinces, wheat area is very, very large. It's even near to half a percentage of soil area. And the regional difference also can be found in for the rice. You can find the rice mainly located in the southern China, like Jiangxi, Guangdong. And for other regions, the percentage of rice soil area is small. So this figure indicates that there is a larger regional difference of cropping pattern. And also for the maize and the cash crops, we can find the similar characteristics. It means that here the cropping structure mainly changes by the region. So we would like to analyze what is the impact of long-term trend of climate, its impact on the cropping structure. We try to explain this. So in order to identify the impacts of climate change, here is mainly long-term change of climate or cropping structure. We have established this econometric model. Here the econometric, I cannot find that. The dependent variable is cell crop soil area. For here, we include 7 kinds of crops. It's rice, wheat, maize, and other green crops, and peanut, rapeseed, and other cash crops. And this is a village level data. For the independent variable, the first important variable is the climate variable. The climate variable will include the growing season's temperature and the precipitation. It means that because the different crops has different growing season, so we identify the growing seasons of each crops, then calculate its growing season's average temperature and total precipitation. It is in the past 30 years average level to represent the long-term change of climate. And the other control variables, one set of important control variable is for the irrigation water sources to indicate whether what irrigation water source will influence the cropping structure. It is the surface of groundwater. And another set of variable is mainly for the market price. Market price of some major crops. We have data on the rice, wheat, maize, peanut, and rapeseed. And we also have one important input price is the labor wage. It's because the farmers' decision is mainly based on last year's market price. So we use last year's market price for the product and the input. And also we include some other variables, mainly to reflect the village characteristics influence, such as how about lead force is a plain or mountain area, how this is a continuous radial area or not. And also we control the premise of dummy. This is the econometric model. Let us see what are the major results. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. The overall the regression results is consistent our expansion, and I will not show the control variables results. Just focus on the climate variables results. You can find that this is we have included the temperature and precipitation, and also include both the linear term of temperature and the non-linear term, squared term of temperature. It's a crop growth season. And for precipitation, also linear and non-linear term. From these results, we can find that the cropping soil area is very sensitive to both the temperature and the precipitation. Look like for the rice, the linear term is negative and significant, but the squared term is positive significant. It means if the temperature lower than the 1 turning point, the influence will be negative. But if the temperature continue to increase, it will beneficial to rice soil area. We also find that for the wheat and the maize It's both linear, significant for linear and non-linear term. But the influence is different from the sorry, 后面的图老是要动这个。Yeah, just check this. For the weight and mass, the influence direction is some different with the rise. You can find for the weight and mass, the linear term is positive. It means if the temperature increase in certain region, a small area, the influence will be positive. It's beneficial to increase weight and mass crop soil area. But if temperature continue to increase, the influence will be negative. And also for other green crops, major is a negative non-linear relationship. And for case crops, it's look like the peanut not sensitive to the climate, the temperature change. For rapeseed, it's the non-linear negative relationship with the temperature. And some other case crops and also both linear, not linear. So, and also we found some results for precipitation, but we found for some crops not sensitive to precipitation. Now the key is, let me show based on the regression results, we found that the major influence here is, how am I to take this? We check the major results. We try to find what is the turning point of temperature change for major crops. Because our data look like one cross-sectional data, although we have 3 years, but it's very near. So we try to measure how the long-term change in climate to influence the cropping structure. And we found for the rice, the turning point is 7.7 degrees. What mean of this? In fact, we found if one region's temperature is lower than the 7.7 degrees, it means it's not beneficial for rice crop. It means it's not suitable for planting rice. But the temperature larger than 7.7 degrees, the rice area will increase. And based on our sample size, we found that now the average temperature already reached 18 degrees. It means larger than the 7.7 degrees. So it means in the future, on average, in these regions, if the temperature increases, it means more region will be more suitable for planting rice. And for the weight, the turning point is 22 degrees. The 22 degrees means if the temperature less than 22 degrees, it means you can plant wheat. It's beneficial for wheat growing. But the temperature continue to larger than 22 degrees. It's not suitable for wheat growth. But we found that on average, our temperature in sample size is 14 degrees. It means it's much lower than the 22 degrees. And even on the sample size, the maximum temperature is less than 13 degrees. So it means anyways, in the future in China, if you increase the temperature, of course, more region will plant wheat. And for maize, it's a similar trend, but the turning point is 28 degrees. For the rapeseed, the turning point is 20 degrees, and 20 degrees, but we found now the average temperature is less than 20 degrees. It means for this rapeseed, if it increases the temperature in the future, it's still beneficial for rapeseed. But for other case crops, its influence direction is different with the rapeseed, because the temperature is less than 13.8 degrees. If you less than this, it means you cannot plant cancer crops. But in the future, if the temperature continue increase, but it means it's beneficial to cancer crops. These are our major results for temperature change. What influence our temperature change of the cropping structure? And we also calculate the marginal effect. It means what means if in the future we increase 1 degree of temperature, how about the change of soil area? Okay, I will finish this. Yeah, we can find if 1 degree increase of temperature, rice area will increase 4%, and the weight will increase also more than 4%, maybe 5%. But for some other case crops will decrease about 6%. Anyway, because the impact of precipitation is the marginal effect very small, I will not present the detailed results here. The major conclusion here is climate warming is beneficial to green crops and food security. Our results is consistent with existing studies. I think the increase in temperature will result in increase of major crops soil area. It means if you only look at the crop soil area, it means if with the global warming, the major crops soil area can increase. But for some case crops is complicated. Some are beneficial, some are negative. And for the precipitation, it also has result in the change of cropping pattern. But the marginal effect is very small compared with temperature. Okay, so thank you.